Probably the shortest walk I've ever had to get to a tour. I'm still knackered. It's quite steep. My legs are killing me. So I'm back out again on Dartmoor. Going to camp out tonight on the Sheeps Tor, which is just behind me. So it's just overlooking Tor Reservoir. You can just see it through the trees down there. Going to go up a bit higher and hopefully get a view of that. Got a couple of new pieces of equipment to show you tonight, so which is quite exciting. Obviously, one of them's another tent. That's what I do, isn't it? But yeah, I've also got a little new addition to my sleep system. So I'm going to get up on top of the Tor now, have a look around, find somewhere panoramic and scenic to set up. So the temperature was saying 22 degrees in the car. I know it's going to drop tonight, but I don't think it's going to be a cold one. It's such a beautiful day. It's so hot. Sweating already. Views are coming out now, though. You can really see the reservoir over there, and the sun should set directly behind it. Right over there is a Tor, and that's a Tor, and that's an aerial mast. Font of knowledge that I am. Looks like Paul Mesner's here. Well, I found a spot here. It's not the flattest of pitches, but without walking right up to the top of the Tor up there, which I didn't really want to do. And the main reason why I didn't want to do that is because I want to have my tent. Looking at that, which I know there's probably some great views from up there, but it looks incredibly rocky. I'm not too sure whether I'll actually be able to get a view across to the lake reservoir. So yeah, I think I'm going to pitch up here and I'll show you the tent. So, new piece of gear, number one. This is the Not Castle, looks like a castle, 2 tent. It's an ultralight tent from Collins Outdoors, sent it to me. Weighs in at 1.2 kilos total, inside and out, and it's massive. It's 3 meters in length and 2.6 meters across. So it's got a huge inner. I've got a summer inner, 3-season inner on it. There is a 4-season option available as well. There is 12 guy out points, and they've got a nice 16 guy out points on this thing. When you take into consideration 3 at each end, 1 in the middle, 2 at each side, top, and then 2 at each corner as well. This looks like it could be a very, very stable tent in the winter. I've got it raised up at the moment. If you check my review video, I'll put a link above, and I'll show you what it looks like when it is lower down to the ground, so that if you've got really bad weather, you're hunkered down, you don't get the rain and snow come driving through it. But I've raised it up to give a bit more of a gap between the inner and the outer, and more ventilation underneath as well. And it is scorching today. I mean, just look at that, it is stunning, absolutely stunning. Beautiful part of Dartmoor here. You've just got rolling fields, farmers' fields over there, Tor Reservoir, woodland forest, Tors, off into the abyss, the bleakness of Dartmoor over that way. So yeah, I'll show you inside, show you what it's like. I won't go over everything. Basically, you've got a, this is a bit annoying to do one-handed. Kneel on it. Nope. There you go. So as you can see, the poles are on the inside of the inner. They go through a little hole and you tighten it up around it. But it's got tons of room. I mean, I lay down in here and I've got 1.5 to 2 feet each end of me. And obviously I'm 6'4". So there's loads of space. Easily get 2 people in, not a problem at all. Connected with the bungees to the corners, a bit like the Lanshan. And so this is a 3-season inner, so it's just all mesh. There is an option for a 4-season, so should you want to use it year round and get something a bit more warmer and more weather resistant, then there is that option. And this is my other piece. Yes, I've finally got a quilt. Good old Colin from Outdoor Gear Essentials, thank you very much, buddy. This is the Flames Creed, so it's not the Ice Flame. I wasn't too sure what the difference was between the two. Apparently this is a better quilt. There you go. So yeah, it'll be my first time sleeping in a quilt ever tonight, which could be fun. I've attached it to the pad. I'm not sure if I've done it properly, but I've got the top loose. So yeah, I'll be trying that out tonight. Be interesting to see what it's like. Hopefully be a bit more comfortable, because I do move about all the time when I'm asleep, or when I'm trying to sleep. I think when I fall asleep I end up on my back, but getting to sleep I roll around all over the place. So yeah, interesting to try. Probably a bit overkill tonight, to be honest with you. Less overkill than my Vango Vulcan -12 is. So it is 22 degrees, or it was when I got here. It is boiling, absolutely roasting. I'm not too sure what the temperature will get down to tonight, but it's Dartmoor, so it could be anything, but I don't think it'll get anywhere below 6 or 7 or 8 maybe. Yeah, be interested to try this out. Nice little tent. So yeah, if you want to watch the video, the review will come out before this video, so I'll put a little link in the description above. Have a watch and see what you think. Decent size, decent budget, decent weight. So seam sealing on this tent, there's a lot of seams to go over. I've done the one by the side of the zip as well. This should in theory be covered by the storm flap, so it should be okay. But when you get in and you close it, you can't really close the storm flap over. You've got to rely on the wind doing that. So I've done those, done all of these. It took me probably about 45 minutes in total. And it actually looks pretty good. You can see the shine on it there in the sun. But I think I've done a fairly good job for first go. That or I haven't done it properly, one or the other. So all across these down, I haven't done the bottom bits here because it's only going to drip through into the inside of the vestibules, but yeah, this is the hardest bit. Luckily I chose a nice dry sunny day, but it was also windy, so I didn't have it tied down properly, and this was flapping about everywhere when I was trying to seam seal it, so it's not quite as accurate as I'd liked it to be. But you can't really see it. I've seen some tents where you just look like you've, I don't know, been to a horse breeding centre and spilt some of the specimens. But yeah, this comes out. I think it's handy, the colour of the tent. Obviously it's a very, very light green. They call it green. It's a very similar colour to a tarp tent. The Scarp ones, Stratospires and whatever they do. So it doesn't really show up too badly. Basically I didn't use any film net or anything like that. I used I got some silicone sealant from the tube, which is what it's just one of those pump ones that I've got at home. And I mixed that in with white spirit. No sort of set percentage. I literally just put in a load of silicone sealant in a tub and poured in a load of white spirit and kept stirring it until it was like a honey sort of a texture, and that seemed to work fine. I did feel a bit odd going into Boots and buying a makeup brush. I wanted a little fine flat one, but that worked really, really well. So little tip, get yourself a makeup brush if you want to seam seal your tent. Right, well it's nearly 8:30 now, so I'm getting a bit peckish. I've got my old favourites. Soba noodles in a pot. Sukiyaki beef though this time. Not tried this one before. So yeah, looking forward to that. Got a couple of my little chocolate biscuits that I had before as well, so a little snack for afterwards. I'm going to get these on the boil now. I think I'll get you a shot of that sunset. Looks absolutely stunning. Oh, it's 10:30. The midges have subsided a bit. I keep getting dive bombed though by a maybug. It's massive. Sounds like a Spitfire going past me. It hit the camera a minute ago when I was setting it up. Literally went bang and hit the deck. Got up and flew off again. Anyway, temperature's dropped. I think mainly because of the difference between what it was like earlier and what it is now. It's quite a shock. There's still people up on the tour though. Don't know what they're doing, if they're camping up there or not. I didn't see anyone going up there with tents, but anyway, I'm going to have a coffee, enjoy the last of the sun that's going down over there. Still a bit of red sky. And then get myself tucked up in my nice new quilt. See what that's like. Right, it's just gone 11 o'clock, so I'm going to get my head down. If nothing else happens, then I'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning. Had a fairly good sleep last night. Well, I did set my alarm for about 3 o'clock in the morning just to get my camera. I had it on a time lapse or a night lapse, just because I still get paranoid leaving it out all night long, thinking someone's going to nick it. But yeah, maybe I should have left it out. It was quite bright last night though. The moon was out. It was absolutely stunning. There was like a blood orange moon. It was beautiful, but it's not great for doing nighttime photography or night lapses, to be honest. So yeah, you couldn't see many stars. Yeah, it was good. The tents fared really well. It's already pretty dry this morning, but wasn't really much condensation. Bearing in mind there was like no wind last night. A couple of times there was a few tiny little gusts. I could hear it howling through the rocks across the other side of the tor most of the night. Weirdly, I was expecting it to suddenly pick up and get really gusty over this side, but nothing at all. Really, really quiet. It's a beautiful morning. The sun is out. I missed the sunrise. I set my alarm and I could not be bothered to get up. I knew I wouldn't really get a great one because it was going to rise over the tor, so it'd already be up in the sky way before I got to get a picture of it. But for now, I'm going to get on with my coffee and just enjoy that view. Could be Ayers Rock, that, couldn't it? It's such a beautiful morning. It's really warmed up now. Could just sit here all day, but I can't. I've got to go to work. The usual suspects for breakfast: the porridge, fuel porridge of chocolate. Gonna get that on in a minute. If you want a quick and easy short walk for a camp on Dartmoor, definitely recommend Sheeps Tor. Come here before my family, but not camped on it, so this is the first time camping up on Sheeps Tor. But yeah, it's a steep climb, but it's very, very short, so yeah, it doesn't ease in, but it's not too knackering. I can't believe it's even shorter than my last camp that I did. I don't have a huge amount of time to go hiking. My problem is I sort of shoot out after work and then I've got to work the next day, so I generally tend to go out during the weekdays. So I need to be up early, packed up and back to the car quite quickly, which lends itself to having to go for relatively close tours that are near the car, so I haven't got a 2-hour walk back to it. But just goes to show you haven't got to go far really to get some stunning views and have a lovely camp. A lot of flies around here though. That's the only thing. I'm assuming because of the reservoir and the fact that it's a relatively built up area for trees, but still good. Wasn't too bad last night. The midges were out in force, but I stuck my midgie mesh net on my head Looked like some weird bank robber sitting outside my tent. But I did have to retire in there quite quickly. Once they came out, they swarmed, so yeah, luckily none of them got inside, so I managed hopefully a bite-free night. I haven't noticed anything yet. I'm going to be doing another video soon with my lightest possible setup. I'm going to be camping somewhere where there is accessible water, so I can use my filter, so therefore I haven't got to carry loads of water. But I've been sort of testing out, trying to be a bit minimalist. So I've only brought 3 coffees, which is unlike me. I tend to have quite a lot more. And I also have the Knock Vecto bag, 2 litre. So I've had my dinner, I've had 2 coffees now, I've got 1 left, and I've still got just over 1 litre left, plus a water bottle that I had in my shoulder pocket. So even if I go with water, I think I could get away with probably half what I normally take to reduce the weight. I always take too much. My previous bladder was 3 litres. So I had a 3 litre bladder plus a 600ml bottle in my pocket. Total overkill, but I used to get through most of it because of the amount of coffees that I had. And I don't need them, I just like them. So yeah, I'll be doing a minimalist camp soon, just to see how much I can get my weight down to. I see people online with, 4 kilo total base weight. I'll never get down to that, but it'd just be interesting to see what I can do, particularly on a budget, because a lot of those people have phenomenally expensive lightweight gear. Obviously the lighter it is, the less you get, the more it costs, but that's camping for you. Right, let's get my water boiled. Well, I'm enjoying my new little stove that was sent out to me by Collins Outdoors, the Soto Windmaster copy. Actually boils really, really quickly, and I've still not had a chance to test it in proper wind yet outside, but it seems to handle any little breeze really, really well. So yeah, it's not the tiniest of stoves. Obviously in my ultralight camp I will be bringing my BRS, which is probably a third of the weight and size, and it will fit inside the pot as well, so it takes up a little less space, but it's going well. Again, there'll be a link in the description if you do want to buy it, but it's a good stove, seems quite efficient as well, and it's quick. It's not as noisy as the Pocket Rocket either. You can hear it in the background now probably, but it's a lot quieter. Well, that would have been easier with shorts on. It is absolutely scorching and I am sweating. So I've packed up now. That was my spot. Leave no trace as always. Gonna head back to the car now. Massive long walk. Oh, good 5 to 10 minutes at least anyway. And say goodbye to this beautiful spot with that lovely reservoir behind. Hi guys, thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I found it informative. As I said, maybe not my next video, but I will be doing one coming up shortly on my lightest pack weight ever. So yeah, if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that when my future videos pop up, you'll get notified. So yeah, thanks for watching and I'll see you guys in the next one.